I'm not here to puff up real estate investing, nor to convince people that they can get rich quick in the business. However, there are people making good money in real estate, because there are so many ways to approach the business. One way to enter and even succeed long-term is to become a real estate wholesaler. There are some really major advantages in wholesaling real estate over other strategies. Real estate wholesaling mostly requires a thorough education in property valuation, as well as marketing and negotiation skills. All of these are things you can learn. So, just what is real estate wholesaling? You become the middle person who matches up a distressed or undervalued property with a happy buyer. Who is the buyer? In the vast majority of cases, it will either be a fix and flip investor or a long-term rental investor. What value do you deliver? You bring your time and skills in locating undervalued properties, controlling them, and selling them to your buyers who wouldn't have known about the property otherwise. Since you're selling to investors, the first critical factor in a successful real estate wholesaling business is that you understand they want to buy properties below their current market value. The savvy investor understands that a successful real estate investment begins with a purchase below real current value. In other words, the majority of profit exists the moment you leave the closing table. With that in mind, your job is to find and control properties that are far enough below the current market value that you can meet your buyer's needs and still have room for profit in the middle. If you're selling to a fix and flip investor, you'll need to know enough about the costs of renovation and repair. To be able to know that it can be rehabilitated and that the ARV, after repair value, will still be high enough for you and your buyer to make money. If you're selling to a long-term rental investor, you'll have to understand your local real estate market, population demographics, and rental prospects and rents. You'll need to be able to calculate what your buyer can get for rent, their costs for the property if they're buying cash or using a mortgage, and what they would consider adequate cash flow. I'll go into detail in other videos about the other things that makes real estate wholesaling so enticing, such as the fact that you can do all of this with very little or no money out of your pocket. Using assignment contracts, you can control the property through closing with your buyer with only a small earnest money deposit. Profit can be increased if you actually contract to buy the property and do a double close. This requires using transactional funding. These transactional lenders provide the funds to close the purchase with you as a buyer, and they get paid back hours or a day or so later when you sell to your buyer. I will discuss more on double closing in another video. Those are the basics of wholesaling, and we'll get into it in more detail in other videos. Click link below to learn more about becoming a wholesale real estate investor.